The Blue-Eyed Doll by Kendall Fox. In the spring of 1914, Emma Worthing's fell apart. Her mother and her father had traveled to America and left her in the good graces of her nanny. While on their trip, the ship went down, somewhere over the Atlantic, leaving Emma alone, leaving her as an orphan. This is the story that proves that there is hope even in the darkest places. "Get up!" Miss Pathing screamed. Through the crack in the door, Emma rolled over on her mat of a bed and looked out the window. It was still dark out. She heard someone beating on the door and she groaned, "I'm up! I'm up! Get downstairs. You all have work to do." Emma trotted down the stairs. "Why, what took you so long?" Miss Pathing screeched. "The other children need their breakfast made, and your father needs his socks mended." Emma's face turned red as she was going to explode. "That man is not my father, and the other children are more than capable of preparing their own meal." As soon as the words flew out of Emma's mouth, she regretted them. She knew that she was going to be locked in her room for the day, and sure enough, she was. That day dragged on and on. Emma had no company and nothing more than the floor and a mat filling her room. Her stomach was in knots from hunger. Her eyes hurt from mending the socks with no light other than the rays of sun that came through the broken window. The light slowly faded into darkness, and Emma faded away into the only place that she was happy, her dreams. Early the next morning, the same as the last and every morning before, Emma was woken by pounding on the door and yelling, demanding that she get downstairs. Once downstairs, there was a list on the table that read Emma's to-do list. Clean all the windows, clean the fireplace, scrub the bathroom, fold the laundry, mend the other children's clothes, dust the house, polish the silver, and make dinner for the family. All this should be done by 5 o'clock sharp, the note read. The other children and myself will be going to the theater and wherever else our outing takes us, explains Miss Pathings. Several hours later, Emma was in a dark and damp basement polishing the silver when she heard the doorbell buzz. Emma rushed upstairs to find a mailman at the door. "Excuse me, miss. I have a package for an Emma Worthings." Emma's face lit up. She practically yelled, "That's me!" Emma practically ripped the package out of the man's arms and slammed the door and ran to the kitchen table. After ripping off the packaging, she found the most beautiful blue-eyed porcelain china doll. All that was in the box was a letter attached to the doll that said, "With love, wherever we are, Mama and Papa." Tears immediately rushed down Emma's face. Emma ran to her room and hid the doll and her letter from Miss Pathings and returned to the basement to finish polishing the silver. When Emma's new family returned home, Miss Pathings ordered her upstairs with no dinner, but this time was different. Emma did not care because she was excited to return to her room and play with her present from her parents. That night, Emma laid awake, holding the blue-eyed doll, thinking of her parents, wondering if there was a chance that her parents were alive somewhere, wondering if they were thinking of her. Months went by, and Emma was still being treated like a slave. One day, Miss Pathings entered Emma's room. Instead of knocking on the door, she found Emma with her doll and was furious. "How dare you? You are making a bad name for us, making us look like trash." Emma begged and pleaded with Miss Pathings, promising that it had been a gift from her parents, but Miss Pathings kept saying, "Don't you lie to me, your parents are dead, you thief." Miss Pathings took the doll from Emma and locked her in her room. 3 days went by, and Emma had only seen the walls of her room. When she heard a knock, she sat up and wiped her eyes. Slowly the door opened. It was her mother. Tears immediately fell from Emma's eyes. "Emma, I have been looking for you for weeks. Your father and I missed our ship on the way back and had to wait until the next week to catch the next ship back, to get back to Ireland, to get back to you. We sent you a gift, a doll, to let you know that we are okay, but it looks like you never got it. I am so sorry, my girl." "Oh, Mama, I knew you would come for me. And the doll, she is beautiful. And she did just what you wanted her to. She gave me hope."